This is the School Success Podcast, a podcast for school leaders to learn from other school leaders what's working and what's not, and to get inspiration and encouragement, as well as strategies to grow school enrollment, connect with families, retain teachers, recruit teachers, and everything in between. You guys are heroes, and I cannot thank you enough for pouring into this next generation that's coming behind us. My goal is you will take at least one thing away from every episode that you can take back to your school to make it better than it is right now. Please enjoy the School Success Podcast. Hey, School Success Makers. Welcome to another edition of the School Success Podcast. I'm your host, Mitchell Slater, and again, joined by yours truly, myself, to do another mini-series. I thought of one that I forgot to talk about and to put out there. I was like, no, I need to mention this one because it really is important. It's very, very simple, but it is so important and really, really effective. And it simply is this. So I want you guys to think about your school, but I want you to specifically think about your wording and how you're talking to your families, your parents, the community, with what's on your website, with what's on social media posts, with posters, anything that's out there and people are interacting with your school, or maybe you're going to a conference or any type of thing to represent your school. What is it people are reading about your school? And one of the things I want you guys to specifically focus on is to be clear, not cute and clever. And this is very, businesses are really guilty of this one, but I think everybody is, where we try and get really cute and clever in how we talk about our school and how we do things. We use big words and things that people just don't understand, or it takes too many brain calories to process and understand what exactly it is you're talking about, when really we just need to be clear and let's say, this is what we do. This is how we do it. Don't have to go crazy, just be specific and do it in a way that somebody, no matter kind of how old they are, they can understand what it is. And a lot of times I tell clients and people like, hey, do your marketing in a way that a 5-year-old could see it. I like to call it the toddler test. Can you give this toddler, tell the toddler about what you do and they understand or could tell it back to what you do? Or they can maybe look at your website or look at something and go, oh, I think they are a school. I think they serve little kids or something like that. You want to make sure it can pass like a kid's test, and then perfect. That means an adult can understand that. And I know there'll be, there's always pushback for people who go, well, I don't want to make it sound like we aren't super educated or to dumb down what we are, what we're version. You're not doing that at all. You're just making sure that people can understand what it is. And I want you guys to maybe think about what are the brands you've interacted with before. You've seen their ads online, you've seen their billboards or anything, and you read it and you're like, I still don't know what they do, or I don't know what it is what problem are they solving for me? And you kind of you have to stop and think. If you're having to stop and think about it, you've already lost. You need to make it so simple. And so for you guys as schools, think about what is that for you guys? What is it that's so simple that they go, well, I want my student to go there. I want to have that. I want to partner with that. What is it? Simplify it down. And it goes through all of your marketing. It's not just your website. It's not just your social. It's every way you talk to families and communicate with families. So simplify your message. And if I was to try and give you an actual example of let's picture a school that, this is really truly off the whim as I'm thinking of this now. It's what if a school is just we've been around since for 125 years, focusing on the foundational aspects of educational theories that grow the theological mind of whatever. Something when people do that, you're like, what are they talking about? Instead you go, we help students grow in this area and have the highest graduation rate in the state, or something. What is it? Simplify it. Wow, they're doing really good, or wow, they're teaching this one thing. Super simple example, but this all goes back to personalizing it. It's your school. What is it you want to say? Simplify it, make it easy to understand. Because if you're doing that when your other competitor schools are not doing that, you guys are going to win. All right, that's all I have for you guys today for that. So please connect with us on our private Facebook group, School Success Makers. Free group in there. I'm personally in there. I'd love to see you in there as well. Of course, you can check out our website, schoolsuccessmakers.com. We have amazing resources on there, all for school leaders. So please go there, check out all the different things that are on there. And we'll be back here next week with another episode. maybe a guest, maybe not. So tune in next week, and we'll see you then on the School Success Podcast.